gossip. Let's talk some wrestling gossip here. Happy Saturday. Let me edit, put on the music first. But while I do that, let's talk about it. AEW has went up in viewerships. That is good news. That is good news. Let me put on some music for us. They did have that CMLL. I was going to say pay per view, but they did have that event for Dynamite, and it did get some viewerships. Got a lot of play. Okay, here's our music. Mercedes Monet. Oh, let's talk about it. Let me get this information right. AEW Dynamite TV viewership and ratings report. All Elite Wrestling took their. This is Wrestling Inc. By the way, I'm reading off my laptop. I like to read. I like to say my resources. Hold on. Let me edit this real fast. Doesn't let me do it until I get live, which is very weird. So, but let's talk about it while I do that. So, All Elite Wrestling took their flagship show south of the border on June 18th. As the Grand Slam Mexico edition of AEW took place in the legendary Waze. Let's get on to the viewership, right? With it being AEW's first standalone, Waze. According to the program Inside Wrestling Dynamics, the June 18th episode Dynamite averaged a total of 736,000 viewers. Oh, that's good for AEW. A 23% increase on the first 2 hours of the summer blockbuster TV special, and a 20% raise over the trailing 4-week average of 616,000. Oh, hey, that one kid, how are you? I'm talking about AEW. Oh, thank you. How are you, Dark? Did you watch AEW? Were you part of that viewership? How are you? Sorry, I know I'm just reporting this news and being loud. Also, I'm talking loud because my AC is on and it's very hot and it's very loud. So don't realize. So thank you. Okay, so about this, will AEW continue um, their momentum? What I mean by that is, are they going to continue um, having this viewership? Is it going to get to the 500,000 next week? We shall see. Hey, Boss TV Comedy, how are you? How are you? Talking AEW. Well, wrestling news, so not really AEW. Let's talk about Mercedes Monet right now. Now that we talked about this increase, she is dating someone. We do recall she was dating first. Well, I think she was married to the stylist, and then he got a job in WWE with her, but they got a divorce. Really don't know what happened, but she is dating Luchador from AEW. Don't know what Luchador looks like behind the mask. Does anyone know what he looks like behind the mask? Oh, by the way, please like and follow. It helps. Let me read. Dark. Okay, thank you. Oh my. Hello, Iris. We are talking wrestling gossip. Do you have anything to talk about? Did you hear anything, by the way? Let us know. How are you, James? Right now, we are talking about Mercedes Monet dating Luchador, and Luchador is getting a small push. The reason I am talking about that is because people are saying, hey, why is he getting pushed all of a sudden? Um, hey, that's maybe because he's dating her. Who knows? That's what people are saying. I don't really know him, to be honest. I don't know anything about him. I heard he was banned from CMLL at some point. Don't know the whole story. Really don't know. So I really don't know anything about him. Okay, what about Diddy? I have not been keeping up with the case. I'm more wrestling I keep up with. So what's going on with him? Is he going to prison? Or well, he is in prison, right? Is he going to stay there? Hey, pretty cat. Yes, Wayne State. What do you know about Wayne State? Do you like Wayne State? How are you? Thank you, Felicia. How are you? Do you know anything about wrestling gossip this week? Do you have anything you want to discuss? How are you? Thank you for subbing. My daily life, I don't think it's really that exciting. I work at a call center, live in an apartment, take back to back calls half the time. Really nothing. Go to the gym 5 times a week. I need another vacation. I'm going to Chicago this weekend coming up. So a little weekend trip. Just came back from Germany last month to visit my grandma. Thoughts on WWE? I'm thinking that's what you meant. I do know sometimes it can change what we are saying. Right now, I do think WWE is doing very well, right? Kind of disappointed with the WrestleMania being at Las Vegas again. What's up with that? You already said it was going to be at New Orleans. You already promised these people that they were going to have a show, and now you aren't delivering all because Las Vegas bid a little bit more cash. That's a little bow. A little upset about that. Sami Zayn, what's going to happen with him at this point? Let's talk about it. How long are we going to do this? You had the championship. You had the championship. Now I want the championship. We've gone down this hill before, heard this speech, lost to Randy Orton. What a surprise. Hard to be a fan of his. Just saying. Hard to be a fan of his when this happens all the time. I mean, even when he had that match with Roman Reigns, I mean, there was a part of me that kind of wanted him to win, but we all knew that was going to happen. Let's talk. Liv Morgan being gone for 6 months. Are they even going to push Raquel? Does she have solo push worthy material? Will we learn anything more about her other than her little pose that she does and show her back? Alexandra, oh, how are you? Hold on. Oh, I don't know, nothing. I don't really have an opinion about that. Why? What about it? World War Three. Okay. Hello, SGT. How are you? You don't like Cena? Do you not like this new version of him? Tim, do you not like this new version of him, or do you never like Cena? Just asking. Really don't know. Are we liking the way he's getting booked? This is his final, I guess, year, right? Correct? Do we like the way he's being booked? He's not there every week, but hey, he is there. I do like this heel side of himself. It's something different, I guess, for the fans that have been watching for a while now. We never thought this day was going to happen, that he would actually turn heel, and now we have it. Just wish he would be on TV a little bit more. Who's going to dethrone him? Let's talk about that. I do think they are going to give their biggest babyface right now after Cena, Cody Rhodes, his win back. Yes, I feel like Cena is going to pass the torch to Cody Rhodes when he leaves. Let's see. I don't know what that is. Okay, we have someone saying stop hating. Okay, so he's actually a fan of Cena. Teos is. Goldberg, that's been brewing for a little while now that he was going to come back. When Jay Uso lost that title, it was a little shocking, but it wasn't too shocking because we kind of figured that the Goldberg and Gunther thing was going to be for the title. So it's not too shocking, but hey, he's not going to win, clearly. This is a good rub for Gunther. Um, is Gunther someone that WWE is trying to build the division based off of? who knows? Who knows at this point? I mean, Jay Uso, a lot of people say his moveset is limited, spear, jump, yeet. A lot of people, that is how they describe a Jay Uso to someone that doesn't really know him. So we really didn't know how long he's going to keep the title, but not that fast. Okay, I'm trying to read. Okay, Brittany Grinder. What? I think I heard of her. Hold on, let me look up who that is. I knew it was that going to be that basketball player, and I don't even watch basketball. I don't really watch. Are you a fan of hers, Bob NJ? We're talking wrestling gossip. Are you a fan of Brittany Griner? I mean, did she do something historic? I recall her name when she was held basically hostage in the other country. Wasn't that her? If that is her, I do remember her from that. Is she doing well now? Hey, Sean, how are you? Who stood out this week to you guys? The John Cena promo was okay. What stood out this week? Maybe AEW with the CMLL crowd. That was nice. I did like Mercedes Moné winning another belt. I am a huge fan of hers. So I'm a little biased. I can admit that. Monday Night Raw. It was the better show compared to SmackDown. To me, that's just me. NXT. What I saw, it's okay. Want Wesley to get pushed a little bit more. Why is he not on the main roster yet? A little bit confused. A little bit confused why Wesley is still part of NXT. Hey, Frank G, how are you? Happy Saturday. Oh, thank you so much about the haircut. Hope all is well. Thank you so much. But yes, oh, not SmackDown, LOL. The blue for SmackDown. But speaking of NXT, what is going on with Ricky Saints? What I mean by that, where's he been? I know we have a little backstage here and there, but what are they doing with Ricky Saints at this point? He lost his momentum. I think he's not really booked frequent on a weekly basis. What are we going to do with Ricky Saints? I am good. Okay. Is it hot where you are at? It is 90 degrees over here. Okay. Hello, JT. Hope all is well. We are talking about wrestling NXT. So Ricky Saints. What else? TNA. Oh, we did have a debut of Cedric Alexander in TNA. What do we feel about that? We did. Um, we all assumed at this point that he was going to be part of the Hurt Syndicate in AEW, but we all know you have to remember Big Swole, his wife, at one point, she worked for AEW. The departure wasn't the best. A little bad blood. Wasn't there even accusations of her saying something about racism? We keep it real here. Isn't that something she said about AEW? So kind of had that at the back of my head. Not saying that I knew he was going to go to TNA, of course not. But kind of had a thought like, oh, I wonder how Big Swole and AEW is doing. Well, we got our answer, kind of. Yep, I do. Do you have a favorite wrestler? Charlie Kirk. Okay, I don't know who that is. Hello, Laura. How are you? Oh, okay. So you must be outside, Kevin, I'm assuming. Okay, so let's look at some news. What? Something, a championship has been vacated. A new NXT Heritage Cup champion will be determined. Okay, I guess we're going to have a new champion for that soon. Okay, we have WrestleZone. This is about the women's tag team championship. Oh, I ain't using no ad blocker. What the hell? Never mind to that. Women's. Let me go on another website. Okay, so where are you from, if you don't mind me asking? So let's go to Wrestle Talk at this point. So we do have WWE replacement for Liv Morgan as Women's Tag Team Champion. And if they are using a picture of Jordan Grace, this is so much bullshit. This is so much bullshit. Because why is she on this photo? Number three, Jordan Grace, another name from NXT who could step into the role alongside Raquel Rodriguez as Women's Champion. Jordan Grace, one of the best ring. Okay, this is like final. This is like a fantasy booking. Like this is no news. Sony got mad at me because someone got mad at me because I said that Tony Khan is a fanboy owner. I mean, we can say, to be honest, we can say it means not taken always as a negative tone. It depends on how you say it. I mean, he probably is a fanboy of wrestling who decided, hey, I have the funds. I want to create my own wrestling company. So there's nothing wrong with that. It's just the tone. So there are some AEW fans that take a lot of things at heart. I will admit that. I do say a lot about the WWE fans and how they are very territorial. WWE is the only program everyone else can suffer. We love TNA right now because they are in cahoots with WWE, but as soon as they're not partners, we're going to shit on them again. But AEW fans can be like that too. Very territorial. See, that's what I'm saying because I do recall you did say some good things about AEW. That's why I knew it wasn't a negative comment. You know, he could be a fanboy that decided, hey, with his father's funds or with the funds that he received, I don't know how it went, he built this business. They keep saying his father's money, but we don't know what that means. Does that mean his father is paying for everything? Does that mean his father gave him money to invest in a business? And then that's when Tony Khan decided to invest in wrestling. There's a lot of ways to digest what that means. His father's money. Is he paying it monthly? The monthly bills? Was it money his father gave him to run a company? Who knows? Yes, clearly, if they get very upset like that, um, clearly a huge AEW fan that is very territorial. Um, what do we think about TNA? Starting to go back up. Ring of Honor. We do have what's her name? Athena. She will be on Collision tonight. What do we feel about Ring of Honor as a whole? Do we want to see a TV deal with Ring of Honor at this point? I am a Honor Club member just for Sammy Guevara and Red Velvet, but TV deal, CMLL. Do we want to see an event with AEW again? Bi-monthly or every third month? How many times is too much? Speaking of Jordan Grace, a lot of people were talking about her theme music. They basically did not like her new theme, Miss Jordan Grace. Of course, she did defend it, her new theme song, which I'm thinking, why wouldn't she defend her theme song? If she works for WWE and this is who they hired to make the theme songs, is she going to go on Twitter or X and shit onto the song? Probably not, because she does have a job. I'm just really surprised that people thought she was going to shit on her own theme song that WWE is kind of making her use because they want to own the copyright. Let's see. Let's just do wrestling news. The show that stood out to me was AEW. The second would be Monday Night Raw. That's what I will say. AEW, that basically the atmosphere, the crowd. That was the hottest we've seen AEW in a while. Just that atmosphere, and it was great to see that. So I don't mind. the small venues. That's fine. It gives them their own look. It's still the AEW look. But this crowd was the hottest it's been in a while. Speaking of gossip, Britt Baker, they keep trying to report that she's allegedly going to be WWE bound. It is being reported some places, but other places are basically denying those reports, saying, no, she is not going to WWE. I don't know. I met her a couple of months ago at a con. She seemed nice, but I always have to think in the back of my head, she does have her own dentist practice, doesn't she? Doesn't she have her own dentist practice? A lot of people forget that she's a dentist. Before the wrestling stuff, she was doing dentist work. She had her own place. She still maintained it while she is part of AEW. So I don't know how that would even go if she's part of WWE, being on the go all the time, live shows here and there, busy schedule, going out the country for a week. She may have to give up her her dentist office to join WWE. So is that something that Britt Baker wants to do? Does she want to stay in AEW, get a nice contract, and run her business on the side, or does she want to maybe have to sacrifice her dentist office, put that on the back burner for a little while, maybe hire someone to run it while she's in WWE for 2 or 3 years, and chase that big WWE check and exposure? Who knows? Who knows? Yes, we have Zelina Vega saying she wants to go to TNA Wrestling, part of the partnership. I don't know. Did she not realize this is a NXT and a TNA partnership? But I guess she wants to still be part of it somehow. Doesn't make sense, but that's some news that they're reporting. Again, it does not make sense. What do we feel is going to happen with Ricochet? Did like that moment between him and Leo Rush. Seemed like Ricochet was getting mad at Leo Rush. But what do we feel is going to happen with him? Is he going to get a mid card title? He's having some good matches, but is it going to lead to anything? That's basically what I'm saying. I don't know what direction they are going with him. I do like the heel character. I do like we have more personality when he's in AEW a little bit more than just the high flying stuff. But again, where's this going? Okay, we do have John Cena who name dropped Matt Cardona. A lot of people, let me say this, are stating how Matt Cardona seems very desperate to be part of WWE again. They're even saying, we keep it real, that he's using his wife to kind of get back in WWE. I don't think he is. I feel like even if he wasn't with her, he would still be trying to get back in the company. Let's just be real. But he did respond to John Cena name dropping him on SmackDown. I guess he made a whole post where he was dressed as Cena on Instagram, and then he also tweeted him on X. And a lot of people were saying on X and clowning him how he's been waiting for basically to kind of get back into WWE, and he's using this to try to get his way back in. I don't think he's going to be rehired just because of a name drop. Let's be real. A lot of people have been name dropped and they didn't get offered a contract. Oh, speaking of contracts, well, Undertaker may get a contract with his creative hats. We have multiple hats, don't we? They are stating that the Undertaker is considering and allegedly wants to be part of creative. Um, do we want to see him part of creative? Do we think that the Undertaker would have the right fit for that job? Well, I'm saying that he did come from a different era. It's a new generation, a new era. Will he still be in touch or will he be out of touch? Do we want to see some old school stuff from his era back in today's products? Could be beneficial. Who knows? We could see some more revealing things if he joins. Yeah, I think he was trying to mock him, basically, Frank. He was trying to not mock him, kind of imitate him in a way, get in his head. So I wouldn't be surprised that it kind of reminds you of a CM Punk um, promo. A lot of people compared it to the pipe bomb. Kind of the way he was leaning on the turnbuckle, and CM Punk was on the floor with his legs crossed Indian style. What do we feel about the match? Um, do we feel that that's going to be a great match between the two? I feel like it's going to be a good match. I do feel like it's going to be a good match. R Truth, I thought he was going by Ron Killings, but they are calling him R Truth again. Did I miss something? Okay. About the whole cutting his hair, becoming bald was to be taken as Ron Killings, but now we are calling him R Truth already again. Wrestling news source. We do have Michelle McCool. We do know that they have a podcast, Michelle McCool and Undertaker. A lot of people are mad at Michelle McCool because she is basically stating she wants an invite to Evolution 2. A lot of people are basically saying, girl, you are a little too greedy at this point. You already got rid of Mickey James and you used your connections allegedly with your husband. You replaced her on the next season of LFG. Now you are part of this podcast with the Undertaker that is basically being advertised by WWE, and you're getting a spot in this weekly podcast. And now, girl, now you want to be part of Evolution too. So a lot of people on X are kind of saying she wants it all. She needs to sit down. I don't know. I don't know if I will say all that about her. I mean, I do respect her. I do like her, but hmm. Hey Melissa, how are you? We are talking wrestling gossip. We were just talking about how Undertaker wants to be part of creative allegedly. And we do have, well, I think he said on his podcast, and we do have Michelle McCool, who also states she wants to be part of Evolution too. Do we want to see that? A lot of people are saying she's entitled. She's already part of LFG, replacing Mickey James next year. Well, next season. She's already on this new podcast. She doesn't need that much more. CM Punk, is he going to get a title soon? Is he going to be the one that dethrones John Cena? More than likely not. Again, I feel like they are going to try to push Cody Rhodes as the big baby face and get his win back. Speaking of baby faces, Jay Uso, what do we feel is going to happen with him? We do know he's part of the King of the Ring after losing that championship. But what do we feel like is going to happen to him? We do have some news about Jay Uso on E-Wrestling News. We do have some gossip, backstage news on Jay Uso's short WWE World Heavyweight Championship run. Jey Uso's time as the WWE World Heavyweight Champion was never meant to be a long reign. Okay, I kind of said that. Did they think that it was going to be built around him or someone like a Gunther? According to a report from the Wrestlers Observer newsletter, WWE had planned Jay's 51-day title run as a short-term storyline well in advance of WrestleMania 41. From the outset, the goal was to give main event Jay a major spotlight moment with a marquee win on the WWE grandest stage, only to have him drop the title back to Gunther shortly after. The quick title change was part of the broader creative strategy that leads directly into Gunther's next high-profile match, a showdown with WWE Hall of Famer Goldberg. Okay, again, I thought I said earlier, were they they did this so they can get the Goldberg and Gunther storyline going on to give it a little bit more shock value. It's going to be for the title. Is that what that was all about? Because did they really need the title for this match? I'm trying to think. Why did Jey Uso have to lose the title for this match to happen? Because again, Goldberg really doesn't even do anything for these title matches. He just comes back every 4 years, comes back, gets a title match, and then leaves. I sadly feel like he's going to go back to teaming with his brother. Why I say that, I do love the Usos. I feel like they should have their little solo time a little. And Jimmy Uso never even won a title by himself yet. Of course, I would think he could be a good United States champion. Yeah, that may be a little shade. Like, damn. Um, Jey Uso can be the world heavyweight champion, but Jimmy Uso, we're only giving him a mid card title. Well, damn, it's better than nothing. It's better than him just teaming back up with Jey Uso again. So Jimmy Uso, okay, can we give him a mid card title? Can we give him the United States Championship? Hell, if he gets drafted, the Intercontinental Championship. He could make the mid card title feel important, Jimmy Uso. Also, feel like that with Sami Zayn. I mean, if they're not going to give him the big belts, give him a mid card belt then to run with. Hey, Badu, how are you? Hope all is well. And again, please like and sub. It helps. I post at least 3 times a week for wrestling news. Yeah, I don't know about him going. Yeah, I don't know about him going heel yet. I don't see it, Frank. But you could be on to something. Not denying that part. But yeah, I could see them teaming up. Zillow, I do see him. Fatu, I do see him in great shape. I do see him at the events trying to get his name out there, basically, trying to get his name out there. So, Zillow, what was he? What's a big match we know him from? Is it MLW? But I do see him on social media a lot. Zillow, people posting about Zillow, people meeting Zillow, and him being at the fan events. Again, he's really trying to put his face out there. Yeah, I do feel like it will. I feel like eventually the bloodline will come back when Roman Reigns comes back for a long period of time. When I mean not a year or so, but a long period of time where he comes at least for 2 months every other week, where he's committed. Right now, he's still on this part time schedule. Maybe the part time schedule, the contract, you can be part time throughout the year, but eventually you owe us at least 2 months worth of you coming back to back. I don't know. I feel like with the bloodline, Roman Reigns would have to be there. So I feel like he is eventually going to come back. Maybe during SummerSlam, he comes back, build something towards Mania. He's there for maybe a month or so after he returns at SummerSlam with the bloodline. I don't know. Really don't know because he's really part time. I mean, they could do one without him, but then that would have to be a new leader. Who would that be? It won't be Solo if he rejoins. He's going to be remorseful. I'm so sorry. So it won't be him as the leader. Would it be Jey Uso? Now he's has the torch. He was a former world heavyweight champion. Would he be the leader if the bloodline returned if Roman's not back in a full time or weekly basis or semi weekly basis? Hell, we can even do that. Come every 2 weeks at this point. Do some stuff at home even. Okay, I'm about to go to Diva Dirt. What do we think about Asuka winning and defeating Alexa Bliss? Did we like that, y'all? Did we like that? A lot of people are upset and want Alexa to advance, but she lost. So I wasn't surprised that she lost. To be honest, I kind of guessed that Asuka would win as a shot factor. Because a lot of people are expecting Jay to win. But I also thought Alexa might win too as a shock factor. Because everyone wants either Jade or Roxanne to win. Or they're predicting Jade or Roxanne. Oh, you're right. I didn't even think about that. We just talked about him too, didn't we, Frank? I'm thinking, oh, who could be the leader? We just talked about him. Hey, from India, how are you? Hope all is well. Hope all is well. I mean, Jacob for two, that could be something. I do know we have something going on with what's his name? The guy that keeps showing up before SmackDown goes live. The tall guy. Uh, we be having dark matches before SmackDown and Raw now. He's from New Japan Wrestling. He's part of the Bloodline. Starts with the H. I always forget his name. I'm googling him. Hikulu. Hikala. Yeah, I'm sorry. See, their names. Tamatonga. It was hard to say his name for a while. Now, Hakula, Hikule. I can't keep up with their names, child. No disrespect to them, but damn. Well, he could also maybe be the leader at some point. Maybe it's going to be two bloodlines. He the leader. Jacob for two the leader. It's so many of them at this point that maybe it can continue without Roman. He could be replaced as leader, and Roman can do some solo stuff part time, and maybe being part of the bloodline, but not the leader. You know, he doesn't have to be the leader to be part of the bloodline. Um, I forgot all about Kevin Owens. How much longer does he have? Hmm. Kind of miss his push. I remember when he was champion, Kevin Owens. I was rooting for him because I do like to root for the underdogs, and people used to call him fat. Let's keep it real. A lot of people called him fat back in the day. Was glad when he had his title reign. Also, rooting for Sami Zayn. Speaking of Kevin Owens, but hey, even getting desperate, let's give him the mid card title. If we're not going to give him the World Heavyweight Championship, we're going to keep hearing that sob story. I was here for you. I was here for you, but I never had the championship. How many times we're going to have to hear that? King of the Ring, we hear that story. Elimination Chamber, we hear that story. Royal Rumble, we hear that story. Get a new storyline, please. Okay. Okay, so you have to check out Journey for 2 out. Oh Lord, not another one. Child, we had Hicka, Zillow, Jacob, Tamatango, Tolatanga, Jacob for two, Solo. Didn't this all start with Roman Reigns and the Usos? Isn't that how the Bloodline first started? And then they brought Sami Zayn. Now at this point, we're gonna have a whole family tree. Oh God. Not they have another brother, the Usos. Wait a minute, you're not even done with your sentence. You have to check out Journey for two out, brother of Jacob for two. So Jacob for two has his own brother, and then who also wrestles, okay? And then the Usos has another brother in wrestling. His name. So not only do the Usos have Solo Sikoa as a young brother, they have another brother. What? How many? You know what? Let me look this up now. I can't. Clearly, they are loaded. What's? Let me spell this. I hope you joking with me. Let's look up Journey for two. He's an indie wrestler. Oh gosh, this is too much. I can't. Like, I really thought that was all of them at this point. I did not realize there was that many. But I do have to remember on WWE television they did show the family tree, and it was a huge ass tree. I thought that was just for the dramatics and the theatrics. I didn't realize. Okay, I was overlooking it. Okay. Clearly, another person. His name is Thamico. Okay, let me look up him. Hopefully, you just boosted lying about him. Hopefully, but if he's another person, oh my God, not another one. Jesus, and he's buff. How many kids they got? Okay, they all related to Rikishi. I mean, damn, how many kids? Is there another brother? Oh, and then we're gonna have the Rocks family. Then we have their offsprings, the Usos kids. Oh yeah, this is never ending. This bloodline. This is like a storyline that can last forever. Oh my goodness! Thank you for letting me know. I did not know that, Bone. Spider Man. Hello. That right. It would go on forever at this point because then you're always going to have a younger generation person. As soon as it gets born, we're like, okay, we're so bored of this, or this is ran its course, it's going to be a new person that makes their debut. And then we're going to get bored again. And then it's going to be another person that makes their debut. Then we get bored again. Then it's going to be another person. Then we get bored again. Then it's going to be two that make a debut. Brothers coming together. I guess WWE knew what they was doing with this, huh? Cedric, what do we think about him? Do we think he's going to become a world heavyweight champion in TNA? I feel like this was a good move for him if he wants to kind of get back in WWE. We do know about that partnership with NXT and TNA. I mean, all you guys say that when anybody from WWE goes to TNA now. So I might as well just say it because you guys will say that anyways. But this may help him get back to WWE if that is the end game for him. Who knows what it is? Kind of sucks. It was pre-taped. So we kind of already know what's going to happen, that he's going to make his debut. And then we have the fans that are there in attendance that post. So kind of sucks that it was pre-taped. It would have been more like, oh, like when I'm watching Access TV on my Sling TV. Oh, oh, there's Cedric. Oh, he ain't going to be in AEW. Oh, shit. TNA, TNA, TNA. Now I'm going to be like, when does he come on? Oh, okay. That was good. Good job. The shock factor is gone now because TNA pre-tape stuff. And this is the only thing I don't like about TNA, and that it's not live because the shock factor goes away. Imagine the shock factor as a viewer at home. Sure, you get a nice reaction if you're there live at the crowd. You don't know that he's going to be there. But as a viewer of the TV show, you already know since spoilers came out that he's going to be there. Yeah, Bone. I've said it before. Don't know, but I've said before. Kind of seems like he's being replaced by Jacob Fatu. I mean, they already gave him that championship, the mid card title. Why didn't they do that with Solo? I do know he won a championship in NXT, but that was before Jacob even made his debut. And they were trying to push Solo as the younger brother, the next generation, to be part of the Fatu family. Then Jacob Fatu came and stole his thunder. He basically, I love you Solo. He was getting the push still Solo. Then Jacob Fatu, the crowd kind of was like, okay, we like Jacob. Solo's talking, they're kind of like, oh, okay. Jacob does something. Oh, look at him, look at him. So he kind of stole his thunder, and WWE gave him the mid card title. I root for the underdogs, so I'm rooting for, of course, Solo because I love the Usos. So that's their little brother, but I'm kind of like, damn, he kind of stole your thunder. And while we gossiping about stealing thunder, I feel like Sammy Guevara is getting written off AEW slowly but surely, and they have replaced him with Kyle Fletcher. That should be Sammy Guevara's spot. What Kyle Fletcher is doing, the high flying, the looks, okay, they have different underwear. Sammy Guevara has different underwear than Kyle Fletcher, different hairstyle. Same person basically with the wrestling skills. Where's Sammy Guevara? I do know Mercedes Moné is my favorite female wrestler of all time, so I can say that. But does she have something to do with Sammy Guevara not getting pushed? Because that incident that she forgave him about? Because I really don't know what's going on with Sammy Guevara and him. He's not even on Ring of Honor that much. He's on AEW maybe once a month now. So what happened? I know there was some heat there, here and there, but what really happened? I am just really confused. Oh, yeah, him turning the face. That would mean that new guy would have to betray him, right, Frank? The new guy that's with him. That would have to happen, and then he could go back to the bloodline and my good graces, please, please. I'm so sorry. Take me back in. That's why I said he probably wouldn't be the leader if the bloodline came back and he was part of it solo. He would be more of a member wanting forgiveness. Which with the bloodline, you can always tell they're a family that says we are family regardless. So they would on television forgive real fast. Kind of like they forgave Roman Reigns. I mean, didn't he turn heel and kind of betrayed all of them? And they forgave him. Damian Priest is, yeah, he should get a free. He should get a push. I do like Damian Priest. I think he's like one of the hottest people on the roster, look wise. He has a unique look. At first I didn't like it, but I don't know how to explain it. Damian Priest, glad he got away from Judgment Day. Glad he's not really interacting that much with Rhea Ripley as much because we recall he came on the main roster by himself. The United States Championship run was good. All I didn't like was that arrow pose that he did. Come on now, he's came a long way from doing this when he came in the ring, doing that little arrow pose. Someone as dominant as him doing that little pose, it was just always silly to me. Like, why is he doing that? But his heavyweight championship run was decent. It wasn't that long, but I can see mid card title for him. And Balor, they are doing great work with him with the jealous hearted, condescending behavior. Like you can tell he's jealous hearted. You can tell he wants chaos to happen and he's being condescending, pretending he cares about you, but in reality he wants something bad to happen because he's unhappy in his life. Championships are not going towards him. I think he won a match finally, in 2 years recently. He didn't win matches before that in like 2 years, so it's kind of sad the way he's booked because he is a talented wrestler. Don't know how this is going to affect his push, the Liv Morgan incident, because you have to remember he kind of was the one that was kind of drive a wedge between Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan. That was kind of him who we felt was going to break them up or get them booted out of the Judgment Day. But now that she's injured, how is that really going to work? He can't really get between Liv and Dominic if she's not there. But he could maybe push a Roxanne to get with Dominic Mysterio. But I don't know. Do they ever break the fourth wall? I can't even think about it. Do they ever tell that they watch while they're injured? I feel like before someone was injured and they said, well, I've been watching at home and I saw you do this. But I can't recall who done that before. Where they broke the fourth wall. Or while I was gone, I saw this happen. Well, clearly you had to watch the program to see this happen. So you're kind of breaking the fourth wall. I like Bronson Reed too. What he's doing with Seth Rollins and Ron Breaker is good. He's getting a push. Thanos, how are you? Yes, we were talking about Jey Uso, and we feel like he's going to go back to the Usos with Jimmy Uso. tag teaming. His solo push may be over. Frank did think that he was going to go heel, or maybe so. We shall see with that. But do want to say Jimmy should get his mid card title reign first. Don't get mad at me. Okay, he won't be the World Heavyweight Champion. I'll take that. United States Champion, Intercontinental Champion. Come on, Jimmy Uso. AJ Styles, I feel like he should have went back to TNA. I feel like they should put him in TNA, even though he's not part of NXT, so that doesn't make sense. So never mind. But I felt like he should have. He should, if this is really his last contract, then please push him a little bit more or give him a nice match. But if this is not his last contract, I felt like he said this was. But if it's only for WWE, okay. If he does consider wrestling after his WWE contract, he should maybe do a 1 year or 2 year contract with TNA. I feel like a lot of fans grew to love him in TNA wrestling. I grew to love him in TNA wrestling with his red outfit. Didn't he used to wear like a red shorts, red vest? I forgot. But I remember his entrance, Get Ready to Fly, the beats. I remember the TNA Impact Wrestling video game, and he was on the cover. Samoan Joe and him, we have a lot of great memories of AJ Styles. And he did good in WWE. When he first came, part of the company, he did well. They pushed him. They understood that he has a lot of fans, the respect of the New Japan fan base for the work he did there in Japan. Then I felt like his thunder kind of went away when those two guys kind of got let go. We do talk about them on how they don't really get pushed. Kind of sad that I forgot their names. Luke Gallows. I know as soon as I get off, I'm going to remember these two people's names. I know he's been working for a while, though, one of them, because he used to be Festus back in the day on SmackDown. But I feel like with those two people, that's when AJ gets pushed the most in WWE. I don't know if they know how to book him as a solo star at this point. OTC, Thanos is a huge fan. Frank G, are you talking about the same story over and over again? Child, my leg it gets tired, honey. So I gotta move sometimes. It would be the same story over and over. Are you talking about Sami Zayn? I'm so sorry if you can give a little clarity. I've said so much since I looked at the comments. My apology. Gunther, John. Okay, I think you're just naming your favorite people at this point. Okay, so you like that retired with TNA AJ. So you kind of in a little greens with me. That's where we knew to love him, and it would be full circle if his last match was in TNA Impact. Even if WWE did that for him, if this is really his last contract in wrestling, they let him end it there in a special kind of way. That would make sense, even though their partnership is not with the main roster. Sane, John Cena, Samoa Joe, TNA has some good shit. That is why I don't like these fake ass WWE fans that are only jumping on the bandwagon because WWE likes them right now. We all know, love WWE. I grew up watching them, grew up watching TNA. I watched WWE first, but then maybe 2 or 3 years later, I found out about TNA. But WWE is a business at the end of the day. Do we think this partnership is going to last forever with TNA? Either it's going to extend another 3 years, either it doesn't renew, and then all the WWE fanboys that jumped to TNA during the partnership are just going to jump back out when they don't renew it, or WWE may buy TNA at some point. We don't talk about that much here, but sometimes the writing's on the wall when you have TNA just giving their title to WWE. I mean, they did that to AEW, so we can't really say that. But the way that Joe Hendry kind of lost that fast to Randy Orton was a little embarrassing as the TNA champion. Yes, you had your WrestleMania moments, but as the TNA champion, that wasn't really a good look. Um, the partnership, them taking their top people. Jordan Grace, again, why isn't she part of the NXT partnership anymore? She was good enough to be part of it when she was signed to TNA, but now that she's part of WWE and WWE got what they wanted, now they don't want her to go back to TNA at all. Now they kind of act like she was even part of that shit at this point. I do want to read the comments before I keep talking. Oh, damn it. See, I knew it. Carl Anderson. So I was right about Luke Gale. Carl Anderson. I think Carl Anderson's the one I like better. Hey, his name's with the K, correct? Okay. I think I like him better. The tall one, he's okay to me, but Carl, he's the shorter one, right? They kind of dragged it on, the Judgment Day. They kind of dragged it on, and what I mean by that is you could tell with Finn Balor, they don't really have plans with him outside of this shit, let's be honest. You can tell with Carlito, they really didn't have plans for him because they got rid of his ass. So they were like, we really, really don't have plans for you because they didn't resign him. So they put him in that group. Finn Balor really don't do nothing. They don't push him like a Damian Priest. I mean, Finn Balor had his huge push when he was the first Universal Champion, but then he got injured so fast. So maybe they're a little scared. You know, we tried to push you before, and you got injured. And please like this video and sub. It's free. It does help. I post pro wrestling news at least 3 times a week. I'm starting to say that more because a lot of people advertise to do that, and I barely do that. Um, okay, so Tiffany Yeet, you are a Jey Uso fan or a Uso fan, I'm assuming. With Jey Uso, we were just saying we don't even know with his push what's going to happen. He lost his title. Is he going to go back with Jimmy Uso? But again, I want Jimmy Uso to get a mid-card title push first. And thank you, baby, for that. Happy Pride Month. Thank you, baby. I hope all is well. Please tell me if you have not. But how are you, my love? We were just talking wrestling gossip. Um, what's going on with Luke? Oh, child. Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. Have they picked up their feet since being released? And it's hot out here, by the way. I'm in Michigan. It is 90 degrees. This AC is blasted. So if I am shouting, please just let me know. Kind of like the person earlier said, oh, you a little loud. Because this AC is blasted. So don't want to talk too low, but I don't want to talk too high. Oh, okay. Really? The Fiend. So, okay, that's someone you like. I haven't heard that name in a while, so that really caught me off guard. Rest in peace to him. Okay, that I agree with. You and your heelish way. I feel like you would be a heel, Frank. How about that? Well, you were just saying somebody else is going to turn heel. Maybe you are a heel at heart. But Sami Zayn turning heel. Heard that before. I'll give you that. I'll give you that one because the wrestling streets are saying that on X and Blue Sky. They feel like it's going to turn into a basically a snap. I never get this fucking title. I never win. I'm always so damn close. Maybe like Miss Naomi going a little crazy and snapping, but he's more snapping because he's tired of his opportunities and always being so close. So we shall see if that is the case, that he does go heel. Would have made more sense if he would have done that when Jey Uso was the champion. Because let's be real, Sami Zayn, he does lose a lot of matches. You kind of root for him because all that he's done. You respect him as a veteran. But the Blue Thunder, every time he does it, I feel like, one, two, oh my God, he kicked out. When was the last time he won with that move? In NXT? In Raw in 2016? Can someone tell me the last time Sami Zayn one with the Blue Thunder. Maybe it was a time where he did it on the chair and I just forgot. Maybe. I honestly could see Sammy turning heel. Okay, I read that. Uh, the Shield. And if you don't mind, what are you doing since you said you were in Michigan, Tiffany? Are you staying cool in the AC? Are you in the pool? Let's look at current wrestling news. Carmelo Hayes, what's going on with his push? He has been part of the main roster for a while now, but what's going on with the push? Kind of like Andrade, what's going on with him? Oh, this is some sad news, by the way. They do say soon that SmackDown is going back to 2 hours. Let's talk about that real fast. Let me pull out the article before I start talking. Cultaholic has said, SmackDown and other blog sites have said, when will SmackDown move back to 2 hours revealed? The Rainmaker. Speculation around Friday Night SmackDown reverting back to 2 hours from its current 3 hour runtime engaged in recent days after USA Networks announced the Rainmaker will premiere on Friday, August 15th at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. So USA said basically, fuck you. You got rid of Raw. You put it on Netflix. We do have SmackDown, but we ain't really worried about y'all no more. Where we're going to prioritize you guys. No, boo. We're going to get our new show called The Rainmaker. But you know they can always add it back if that show is a flop. A lot of people won't get pushed. We're already asking about a Karrion Cross. We're already asking about a Carmelo Hayes. They're not even getting pushed in a 3 hour show. You think they're going to be pushing a 2 hour show? Yeah. And we are having the draft. Why I do the quotations really never sticks. People always just jump brands anyways, but they're going to take the brand serious this time. 2 hours of only SmackDown. Kind of fear for the roster with that limited time. I like the 2 hours. What's the? Oh, so you like the 2 hours? I mean, it's good or bad thing. It's a good thing for the talents because they get pushed on TV. They get a little bit more time, and it can be a good thing also as the viewer, I guess, because I guess 2 hours you have more time to your Friday nights. I guess I know a lot of people were complaining that it was a little too long, that they wanted to do other things on Friday nights, or it was a long commitment every Friday for 3 hours trying to keep up with that. So some people will be happy. So I get your viewpoint. Oh, okay. That would do wonders for his career if he goes to Raw. Why I say that is what's going on with him now on SmackDown. Again, we don't really know what's going on with him on SmackDown. What push he's getting? Who knows? Who knows? LA Knight. Ever since he lost that United States Championship belts, his push has kind of faded. Yeah, he is in some high matches where you think he's going to win, but he's kind of like a Sami Zayn. Doesn't go anywhere. Uh, Hello, Daniel. Barry Sports Highlights. Talking about LA Knights. Basically, getting a new direction. Allegedly, if he gets drafted to Raw, a lot of things always change, so we never know. But I think that would be good for him. Evolve. Is anyone watching that? I don't watch Evolve. Again, I've said time and time before, these people are a little too young for me. I think the oldest person on that roster is 24, so they're a little too young for me. Do want to watch it a little bit to see the next generation of stars. So having that mindset, oh, they're a little too young for me. I don't want to watch these little young 20-year-olds wrestle. But then it's kind of like, well, these little young 20-year-olds, they could go to NXT after Evolve. and then after NXT, they could be on the main roster. So maybe I want to see the beginning of their journey. So I'm going to try to watch it on Tubi, but I'm gonna be real. I ain't gonna watch that live. If it's live on Tubi, I ain't watching it live. If it come on Tubi every Tuesday, what is it? Every Wednesday, I ain't watching it every Wednesday when it come on live or when they first come out with the episode. Because yeah, this is a little too much wrestling at this point. Oh, so you did watch it? Okay, is it a good show, Frank? I saw it before, like once. It was giving me OVW vibes, like back in the day. OVW vibes. That's what it was given. It looked a little cheap. I will say that, but the cheap setup was not a bad setup. It kind of reminded me of indie wrestling, but a high class indie wrestling, if you know what I mean. It kind of gave indie wrestling, but high class indie wrestling. So I like the vibe of the arena. It's not too mainstream. Looks different than NXT. Kind of looks like NXT, but a little different. Again, more like a uh, don't know how to explain it. An elegant indie wrestling event. Hello, Dean, and if you can, please like and sub. It helps. Like this video and sub. It does help. We are talking wrestling gossip. Now we're talking about Evolve. A lot of people don't talk about Evolve. I don't know how the viewerships are. Again, I'm not really invested in that show. I only know two people, which are a tag team. I don't even know how I know these two people. I think I've seen them before on Instagram where they got asked a weird question. Okay, so I'm being small-minded by thinking these people are too young for me to watch, for me to even give them a full chance. So I will watch an episode and talk about that at least once next week. What I felt of Evolve. Right now, I'm trying to watch a lot of things outside of wrestling because I post about wrestling 3 times a week. I try to watch the shows every day. The Monday Night Raw, the NXT, the Dynamite, the Impact, the SmackDown, so I can keep up when I report. But then we also have NWA, MLW, Ring of Honor. I'm an Honor Club fan. Maybe watch that during the weekend when I'm voting. Don't really pay too much attention if it's someone I like. It's kind of a background thing, Ring of Honor. Like if it's someone I like, I'm watching. But other than that, I'm cleaning, doing things around my house. Um, but again, I'm trying to watch things outside of wrestling. So I've been watching The Chi again. The Chi is my show. I think started watching it, fell off of it, watching wrestling. Now I'm back on it. I'm on season 2 of The Chi. Good show. Also, Mobland on Paramount. I'm watching again. I have Paramount Plus, but also Showtime. I have everything else like Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime. I'm watching. Again, I got back to the show that I used to watch. What is it? What is it? Give me 1 second to get the name of that show that I'm watching. It's a good show. What is it? Invincible. I'm watching Invincible about the superhero. His dad, first season, became evil. Now we have the aftermath after his death, things in that nature. Um, Invincible. Was watching The Boys on Prime as well. Started watching that 3 years ago. Started getting weird to me. Um, but still wanted to finish it because I was so invested in it. So I think I'm on season 3 at this point, or season 2 in the middle of it. So I need to watch it again. I do know that the blonde superhero, he has a son. The son has superpowers. It was getting interesting again when the son came. Then it was something weird. I think somebody died and shit came out of their mouth. Something weird happened. And then I stopped watching again once I saw that death scene. It is very graphic. If you like Mortal Kombat things in that nature, The Boys is for you. I do watch Charm sometimes. Someone earlier said they want me to talk about my life a little bit, so now I'm talking about other things I watch. Charmed, my favorite show of all time. I watch that sometimes for comfort. Haven't watched that maybe in 2 weeks, so I may watch it again. Okay, Scandal. I used to watch that with my mom when it used to come on. I used to watch it with Miss Olivia Pope. I did like the wife as well, the one with the ginger hair. Did like her as well. I think she had ginger hair at some point. But then she became a little mean spirited. But again, Olivia was trying to, well, basically was with her husband. Good show. Good show. Brings me back, Scandal. But who shined this week in wrestling? Maybe Mercedes Moné win her championship. A lot of people talked about it, a lot of buzz. Cedric Alexander getting some shine on the internet wrestling community on X and TikTok with his debut. Happy for him. John Cena promo, something everyone is talking about. So those are some highlights of what people are referring to when they say what was hot this week in wrestling. Another thing, the inspiration, they did return what last week or 2 weeks ago. Their buzz, what's going on with that? A lot of people aren't even talking about them as much no more. It was like, oh my god, they're back, and then it was like, okay, we stopped talking about them all of a sudden. But this is your wrestling gossip here on Saturday. Been on for an hour and 10 minutes at this point. So I did do an hour, 10 minutes. Do post at least 3 times a week. So I'm getting off soon. I do post at least 3 times a week again. So please like and sub if you have not. But let me answer this before I go. Oh, you would ask me that when I'm getting off. I would say, here's my cue to go because she's my favorite wrestler. I'm like, here's my cue to go. Good night. But let me be real. Also, Collision's about, well, it is on, so I'm about to watch that. Matter of fact, let me turn it on. What they got on real fast. Let's talk about this real fast. Let me make sure this is muted. I ain't trying to get copyrighted. Been doing all this talking just for them to have some music going on. All right, let's mute this. I'm so mad at you, Frank. Why would you ask me that? Because you know I got to keep it real. Okay, so right now you notice I'm trying to like totally change the subject. Like right now on AEW Collision, we got a multi-man match. We've been getting that for a while now. Okay, to answer your question, and it does for me too. You notice how I'm not trying to answer that question because I feel like she is the best women's wrestler for me. Maybe because I can identify with her. Love a black woman doing her thing. I think she makes, but see someone like us make it big, baby. Have your time in AEW, boo. They didn't want to pay you like Charlotte Flair. You better get that check, boo. I'm rooting for you, sis. But to answer your question, I think she is hurting it a little bit. I'm just gonna say that I still love her. Got her merchandise. I'm cheap with merchandise now. Like if I'm buying your shirt, that must mean I love your ass. Love her, CEO Sasha Banks. Support her when she walked out and told them people, listen, y'all make me look like a fool. I'm the tag team champion. We wanted to bring this tag team division to WWE. Because listen, we heard the reports when the Iconics won the titles at WrestleMania, how her and Bayley were in the hotel room, screaming and doing all that. We heard that. We heard how Mercedes Moné or Sasha Banks was upset, how they wanted the tag team champions to lose basically to the main champion because they had no other opponent, and they both were looking like that makes the tag team champions look weak. We want to build this tag team division. So I do know her and Bayley really want to build those titles. Her and Naomi really want to build those titles. Happy for her that she's passionate. She's in AEW doing her thing. All these belts is looking a little silly at this point. It's like, okay, girl. Like you don't have to be a champion of every promotion you wrestle for. Um, You can still be that girl. You can still, like, your presence alone. You don't even need to have a belt. Kind of like Roman. You don't even need to have a belt. So I don't know why she feels like it's necessary. Maybe the promoters are offering it to her. Who knows? Can't say it's all her. Maybe the promoters are saying, hey, we want you to be our champion. She's saying yes because they know she has name value. But with the AEW's women's division, I feel like she should lose maybe that title to. And the way they can do it, they can make it look like where she's not weak. Like, oh, here's this multi tag team match. Again, we have FTR and we also have this Kyle Fletcher dude. Still no Sammy Guevara. But anyways, what was I saying? I don't want to believe that. Oh my goodness. You about to make me look right now. Don't tell me she's a diva, and I ain't even trying to say that about my girl. But maybe she feel like that. I don't want her to feel like a diva. I don't want her to get that. I don't want her because a lot of them. Let's be real. You African American like me. We always get that. They always get that angry black woman. I don't want that narrative for her. I want her to be remembered as she was one of the best women to do in that wrestling industry, one of the best female wrestlers of all time. That's what I want her legacy to be. I don't want it to be, her hogging the championships, not pushing the ladies, her, getting her own backstage locker room while the other ladies are having girl talk. Hey, push my bra up, boo. Oh, there's Mercedes' locker room over there. Can we knock on her door? I mean, if she got her own locker room, not excusing it, maybe she feel like, hey, boo, I paid my dues, and this is what y'all want to do. I'm open to it. Y'all want to give me my locker room? You feel like I'm the motherfucking queen? Give me my locker room then. Maybe she didn't ask for it. Maybe she did. If we hear that she asked for it, then I'm gonna be like, dang, we couldn't even have. Okay, even maybe part of the locker room would be hers. Even she had her own little private section with curtains. That would have been even cute. Mmm. But here's the thing: her promo, she did say that she always wanted to go to WWE. She was throwing a little shade. Uh, Speaking of, really didn't want to speak about this much, but Ricky Saints, he kind of told on himself. He kind of told on himself, and you guys did not realize this. And I love Ricky Saints. I think he's fine as hell, and I do like his wrestling. But let me pull up this article. What he say? He said something. Ricky Saints. Okay, so Saints was Saints was subsequently asked. This is Wrestling Inc. Saints was subsequently asked to recall his feelings last year watching his friends Cody Rhodes finish his story. You have to remember, Ricky Saints was not part of WWE at this time when his best friend or his friend Cody Rhodes was trying to get that title. Let's keep that in mind. So let me read you this. This is part of this is what Saints was saying on the Rich Easton show. So he said this because he was spotted at WrestleMania. Remember that? That wasn't my first Mania. I've been to a few of them, but that was great. Just because I saw a good friend of mine finally win the big one, since we're called. It was a great weekend, but I do remember saying to myself, that would be the last time that I was on the side of the glass panel, so to speak. So basically, he said last year when he watched his friend win that title, when he watched his friend win that title, he was at WrestleMania. And when was this? When was this? Because I don't even think he. Okay, this was posted May 10th, 2025. But him saying that, and you was part of AEW, and you saying now, oh, I wasn't denying creative. Remember we had those little gossips how Tony Khan was giving Ricky Starks some creative things and he was kind of denying it, saying no, 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 no. And now we have this him saying when he was watching Cody Rhodes that he told himself that night, next time I ain't gonna be at WrestleMania just watching from the panel, baby. I'm gonna be part of the show. And you said that while you was still signed to AEW. So for him to say that in a recent interview, when he was still signed to AEW and he went to WWE WrestleMania to watch Cody Rhodes, and he told himself that night when he was still signed to AEW that was going to be the last time that he was just going to be watching from the glass at WrestleMania, basically saying the next time I'm at WrestleMania, I'm going to be a participant. Why would he say that in an interview? Because a lot of people are eating him up now, saying, so, okay, if you already had that vision for yourself when you was in the building watching Cody Rhodes and you told yourself that night that you was going to be part of WrestleMania the next time you're in WWE, were you already planning on leaving WWE? Was this already something you had in your mind? Is that why you were declining the creative plans in AEW? Because you already had in your head that you wanted to have your WrestleMania moment after seeing Cody Rhodes have his? So weird what's going on with Ricky Saints because I do want him to get pushed. But if that's how he really felt, I do want him to be real and just say that. Okay. Hello. Hello. How are you? Yeah, I don't know. They do say that he did state that he wanted to be on the main roster and he even was willing to defend his title at the main roster, but we saw that did not happen. But we shall see if he gets pushed. Want him to get pushed? Don't know about the AEW thing. Maybe he didn't decline it. Maybe he wasn't really given the opportunity. He has the looks, he has the charisma. Let's see what happens to him if he gets his WrestleMania moment. But I'm about to start watching Collision and about to drink this cold water. And I will be back next week. I do thank those that came and watched and commented, such as Frank. Who else? I'd like to say hi. Bye. Oh, I didn't even hear what you said about NWA. They don't really get that much play, do they? Dean, thanks for saying hi. Um, Thank you for coming in. Uh, let's see. Thank you, Tiffany, for saying hey. I like to just say bye. Oh, Bonbone, Beta Bone, always nice to hear opinions that are different. So thank you. That knows we're just saying OTC half the time, but thank you nevertheless. Leftness Storm, thank you. I didn't realize you even said anything. My apologies. Hi, it's nice to meet you. I'm from Greece. You are very beautiful. Well, thank you for the compliment. If it's not a side um, comments, I see some people were leaving some comments trying to be ugly, but I don't even give them no mind. Like, you came here just to be ugly. Child boo. Who does that? Rahat from India. Hey, thanks for coming. Melissa, always a pleasure. Thank you. Sammy Uso, she said. Oh, somebody else said something. Laura, bye. Thank you for watching. Kevin, thank you for your comments. Bob and Jay, even though you're talking about Brittany, the women's basketball, thank you. SGT Skittles, thank you for coming. I think I've seen you before. Your name looks familiar. Tim Purcell, thank you for your comments. even if you hate John Cena. Thank you, James, about the comments about my life. It's a call center job, but that's not my whole life. But I have an okay life. I mean, it's not a bad life, it's not the best life, but no, I guess I have a good life. Let me not speak negative about my life, of course. But to me, it's kind of boring, so I do want to change. But thank you, James, for that. Huda Cat, Wayne State Warriors. Yes. Where I graduated from. Got my bachelor's. Boss TV, always a pleasure. But thank you those that came. That one, Kid Andy Raccoon, thank you. Dark Sword. But thank you those that came. I post 3 times a week at least. I will be back online soon. Thank you, Robert. If you can like and sub those, I am going off. I've been here for at least an hour and 15 minutes at this point. But you can check out my videos. I post pro wrestling news at least 3 times a week. Thank you those that sub and like. This is Marquelworld. Remain cool in this heat. But this is Marquelworld. All things pro wrestling news and my life. See you guys on the next video. Peace and remain